These surgeries are risky. They have their own set of complications. They're also mostly irreversible. There is no scope for regret here. And 5 years down the line, you cannot come back and say you want to embrace the so-called flaws that you once had.
Welcome to Favor Biafra Gist. In this channel, we share information about the current happenings around the globe. If this is the first time you're coming across my video, please subscribe to my channel and also click on the notification bell so that anytime we upload a new video, you will be the first to get notified. Today, I have a video that we will watch together. At the end of the video, if you like what you see, please click the like button and also share this video with your friends and family. This will encourage us to bring more videos across your way. Thank you. Let's get to business.
Very few things in this world are as controversial as plastic surgery. It's the kind of surgery that alters the way you look. Recently, an Indian actor tried changing the way she looked. She died. The actor was all of 21. Her parents had no clue she was going in for such a surgery. What did she want? To look thinner. The actor's death made headlines. People asked, what was the need of taking that risk? In fact, this comes up every time we talk about plastic surgery. You know, what is the need? What really changes by changing the way you look? Liposuction is the most frequently performed plastic surgery. It changes the shape of your body by removing excess fat. Liposuction makes up 19.9% of the total aesthetic surgeries performed globally. This is closely followed by breast augmentation. This surgery changes the shape or size of the breasts. The third most popular plastic surgery is eyelid reshaping. It's called blepharoplasty. Another popular surgery is abdominoplasty. It changes the way your abdomen looks. How? By removing excess skin from the abdomen area. Then comes rhinoplasty. This surgery changes the shape or size of your nose. And it's not just nose, breasts, and abdomen. Plastic surgeries can completely transform you. Meet Rodrigo Alves. This is how he looked at 17. Rodrigo then decided he wanted to look like Ken. You know Barbie's friend Ken? 10 years and 12 plastic surgeries later, Rodrigo looked like this. He had changed his name to Human Ken Doll. He then went for a hair transplant. Also removed some ribs to enhance his six-pack. After his 11th rhinoplasty, Rodrigo's nose began collapsing. Soon he decided he's had enough of Ken. Rodrigo now wanted to look like Barbie. This is how she looks today. The name's now Jessica. In 2021, Jessica declared she wanted to look like herself again. So she began sharing no makeup selfies. This is her some 75 plastic surgeries later. From this to this. Jessica insists she couldn't be happier with the way she looks. Now, this is an extreme case, but it still begs the basic question. Do plastic surgeries really make people happier? Some people do it just to fit in. South Korea is the plastic surgery capital of the world. In 2015, the number was 20 surgeries per 1,000 people. The most common surgery in South Korea is the eyelid surgery. You see, most Koreans have what's called a monolid, meaning they do not have an eyelid crease. And that's perfectly normal. It's like Asians having dark hair or people of color having broader frames. These are racial traits, and they're normal. If you ask me, they should be embraced. But the problem arises when the world begins idolizing Western features, when double lid becomes a sign of beauty and a monolid the opposite. Today, South Koreans are queuing outside clinics to meet Western beauty standards to fit in. At least 1 million surgeries are performed in South Korea every year. 1 in 3 women say they've gone under the knife. Some for eyelids, some for fat removal, breast augmentation, hair rejuvenation, facelifts, skin whitening, or restructuring the jawline. Now, on a side note, I can't help but ask, is K-beauty nothing but the magic of multiple cosmetic procedures? And here's the previously asked question, does changing the way you look really change anything? Actually, it does. Studies show that an attractive person is more likely to get hired, promoted. They're also more likely to get a better salary. It's unfortunate, but it's true. We live in an age where people swipe left and right on others' faces, depending on the way they look. It is not unusual to come across ads seeking quote-unquote aesthetically pleasing brides. Certain jobs expect you to look a certain way. Ask a receptionist or cabin crew. Today, the world champions diversity, celebrates inclusivity, but refuses to divert from the set definition of beauty. People who look unconventional are often bullied at school. Again, all of this is unfortunate but true. So if plastic surgery helps you regain your lost self-esteem, makes you feel more confident at work, helps you perform better, then maybe it is the option for you. But by changing the way you look, you will be feeding into this vicious cycle. Then there are instances where plastic surgery is medically recommended. Say you've burnt your face or had an accident that has left you with a scar. Then plastic surgery becomes a lifesaver. And not going for one is not really an option. And Iran has a special place in the plastic surgery story. The country expects its women to cover up, to wear a hijab. They're expected to cover everything else but their face. The nose is obviously a prominent part of it. So women go for numerous rhinoplasties to correct any perceived flaws in their nose. Plastic surgeons say the most common request is to reduce the size of the nose. Iran also has the world's highest rate of rhinoplasty. In 2011, for example, 180 people were getting a nose job per 100,000 population. The total number of surgeries per year, nearly 135,000. It is extremely common to find men and women in Tehran wearing post-surgery gauze, like this one. Western media calls Iran the nose job nation, but most rhinoplasties are actually performed in China. In fact, it is common to gift a teenager a plastic surgery package after their national college entrance exam. It's a reward. It also gives them time to recover before their classes commence. So that's China for you. If Iran's obsession is the nose, America's are breasts, from breast implants to fat transfer to increasing the size or changing the shape. Even back in 2014, 1 in every 26 American women had had a breast implant. Currently, more than 300,000 augmentations are performed every year in America. Numbers from India are eye-opening too. Around 150,000 breast augmentations are performed in India every year. The most popular surgery in India, though, is liposuction. How much do these procedures cost? Depends on where you get them done. The US, for example, is among the most expensive countries for these procedures. A breast augmentation costs around $4,500. Rhinoplasty around $5,500, liposuction around $3,600. In India, a facelift costs anywhere between 1.5 to 2 lakhs. Rhinoplasty 1 to 1.5 lakhs. Liposuction between 50,000 to 2 lakh. Again, these are average costs. It is not uncommon today for people to save up for years to go under the knife or to travel to other countries for plastic surgery. These surgeries are comparatively cheaper in Turkey, Mexico, Thailand, Ukraine, and the Czech Republic. The plastic surgery market is worth over $46 billion today. By 2028, it is expected to cross $64 billion, and that's hardly surprising. Just look at China. The cosmetic surgery market there alone is worth over $27.3 billion. Some 20 years ago, it did not even exist. Now, should you put your money in this market? While plastic surgeries promise to change you, many actually end up damaging you. These procedures come with their own set of health risks. Almost 6% of breast augmentations result in hematoma. 2 to 4% breast surgeries lead to infection. Many also lead to nerve damage. You may lose your sense of smell as a result of botched up rhinoplasty. Tummy tucks often result in seroma. You may end up with scars, or worse, you may end up dead. The chances are 1 in 50,000. There's another problem with plastic surgery, and that's addiction. Do you recognize her? Courtney Cox played Monica in Friends. This is how she looked when the show began. This is how she looks now. Cox says she went too far with surgeries. You see, going under the knife becomes a habit. You start chasing perfection like a car chasing a mirage. There is also the problem of unlicensed practitioners. You see, plastic surgeries are complicated even if it's something that's non-invasive, like skin whitening. It must be performed by a certified practitioner. But do we have enough of them? The Indian actor who died, she went to a hospital that did not even have an ICU. She did not get proper post-surgery care. Water had entered her lungs. Today, there aren't enough regulations to protect those going in for such surgeries, and life-threatening complications are a fact. So I'll end with the question I began with. Is it really worth it? What is the real need of a cosmetic surgery? Like I said, it may boost your self-esteem, but for how long? Also, by changing the way we look, by adhering to the way the society expects us to look, we end up normalizing the biases we fight. We end up promoting the standards that cause us suffering. Ultimately, of course, it's your choice, but do think about it. Now tell me one thing. How many of you wish to look the way you do in your filtered selfies? You know, the glowy skin, perfect nose, high cheekbones. Social media tends to have that effect on us. It transports us to a fantasy world, makes us believe that we can look like that airbrushed model. All we need is to get that nose, flawless skin, and model-like cheekbones. Enter plastic surgery. It promises to make that filter a reality. One procedure and you're picture perfect. Sounds wonderful. Does that mean we should all get surgeries and start living the fantasy? These surgeries are risky. They have their own set of complications. They're also mostly irreversible. There is no scope for regret here. And 5 years down the line, you cannot come back and say, you want to embrace the so-called flaws that you once had. But who thinks that far ahead during teenage? It's an age when a lot of us have major body image issues. We are on a constant lookout for quick fixes. Cosmetic surgeries offer us that fix. The change we think will make us more confident, better looking. In 2018, more than 220,000 teens in America opted for cosmetic surgery, 220,000. More than 162,000 of them opted for minimally invasive procedures. Nearly 65,000 teenagers went for a surgical procedure. The same year, India recorded a 30% increase in cosmetic surgery for children under 18. 30% increase. Reports say the most popular surgeries among teenagers are breast augmentations, liposuctions, which is basically fat removal, and rhinoplasties, which changes the shape of your nose. Now, I'm not making a case against plastic surgery. Why should I? Going under the knife is a matter of choice. The question I want to ask tonight is very different. When teenagers choose to go under the knife, do they make an informed choice? Do they weigh the pros and cons? Do they understand the consequences of the surgery? Are they mature enough to make these decisions? Does anyone ever tell them that their bodies will change till the age of 19 or 20, so the lip they hate so much at 13 may not even look like that by the time they're 20? Or that they could work out and lose weight instead of going under the knife? You can't expect the cosmetic industry to tell this to teens. After all, it has made some $50.67 billion by betting on people's insecurities. So who tells our adolescents to wait it out or embrace their natural selves? Influencers online are paid to sell cosmetic procedure. Advertisements glorify the plastic change. The industry pays for articles that promise that a tummy tuck is harmless or a breast augmentation will only make them more attractive as they enter college. The United Kingdom has found a solution. It has placed a ban on cosmetic surgery ads that target teenagers. Companies will no longer be able to sell surgery during television programs watched by teens or pay influencers to talk about the benefits of surgery. And this ban applies to all media, online, on radio, on TV, even newspapers. The ban comes to force next year. And it's honestly a welcome move. Cosmetic surgeries are already illegal for those under 18 in the UK. The country is now cracking down on the urge to go under the knife as soon as you turn 19. Or take a quick trip to a foreign clinic to get it done before you turn 19. So starting 2022 rather, next year, there won't be targeted ads selling facelift, nose reshaping, breast augmentation, teeth whitening, skin rejuvenation, Botox, chemical peels, or dermal fillers, and the likes. And why did we choose to talk about this ban tonight? Because it prevents companies from exploiting a teenager's vulnerabilities. It helps teenagers who go under the knife because of peer pressure or to escape body shaming or cyberbullying. In India, most teens who chose to undergo a cosmetic surgery cited reasons like bullying by peers or poor body image. Most of them said that they wanted to change the way they look before they start college or their career. And this feeling has grown during the pandemic. As we spend endless hours on video calls, it has become almost normal to stare at your screen and yourself on those screens. And we wish we could change a tad bit here or there. Like I said, nothing wrong with cosmetic surgery if you're convinced that's what you want. What the UK ban does, though, is give teenagers the time to grow up and then decide whether they really want that surgery. Britain has seen enough cases of teenagers growing up to regret their decision. Today, several countries have banned plastic surgery for minors. The list includes Germany, Italy, Taiwan, certain states of Australia, some cities of China. Do you think India, too, should follow suit?
Thank you for watching. Please like, share, drop your comments, and please subscribe to my channel. Click on the notification bell so that anytime we upload video, you'll get notified. Thank you so much for watching.